Good afternoon, everyone. You are welcome to round two of African SME Story for today. As usual, I remain your host of the show, and my name is Linda. So, at 2 o'clock, we had Mr. Azuka Ijekeye tell us about the fabrication industry and a lot of things that have happened. So, I told you then that I'm going to have another session, but this time I will be having Mr. Edmond Idokoko of Microsoft talk to us about SME, the new reality. So, as usual, we know COVID has changed the game. It's never going to be the same. For those of you thinking out there that things are going to go back to normal, I don't think so. So, for businesses, the idea is that you innovate, be creative, or you die. So, new businesses are going to have to come up and do well. Old businesses that do not change the game might die off. But you need to find out, what do I need to do to remain in business? So it's a survival mode instinct right now. And the African SME is bringing you different SMEs across Africa to tell you their story of what they are doing to survive and how you can survive. So if you just hold on quickly, I'm going to invite Edmond to the show. I hope we're having a good day so far. I hope we're keeping safe. And we just have to try to just keep safe. I know that we're going to survive this, come out of it, and most of us will have stories to share and testimonies afterwards. I strongly believe in that. I have sent a request to Edmond. We will hold on for Edmond to come in, and I will allow Edmond read his profile or just talk a bit about it, and then we'll dive into today's discussion. So, how has things been? What are SMEs doing to survive? What will be his advice? Edmond, I've sent you a request. Please accept or send me a request to be in this live video, and we will start. I haven't seen your request to be in. Can you send me another request to be in the live video? Go live video. So please accept my request and we can start.
Hello.
Hi, Edward. Good to
I
have you on the
apologize.
show.
Hello.
It's fine.
Apologies. I had
You can see how
challenges
happy
with
and
my network.
excited I am, because I know that it's going to be one hot hour of us telling people the new realities that they don't want to face. So I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm really happy.
We
Good to have you on the
thanks
show,
for
Edmond.
thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
No problem. So I'm just trying to see if I have your profile here. If not, I'm going to have to tell you to please introduce yourself
No,
and tell us a bit about. I thought I had it too.
you should have it. I don't think I have
Yes,
what I
it's
have
not
in
my
front
wife.
of what I
It's
have in
okay.
front of
So
me here is all that I need to talk about. But let's
okay.
see. We
So
can look for that.
just give us 2 minutes telling us a bit about yourself. What have you done in the past? What are you doing now? So that people can understand the kind of questions they can send in that you can answer.
Okay, basically, Edmond, my name is Edmond Idokoko. I head the marketing department for Microsoft within West Africa. And the idea around the role is to bring alive modern marketing strategies as we engage with different audiences across these various industry verticals and countries. And the intent is to help Microsoft attain their revenues and also build relationships and fans out of the different industries and segments. We leverage technology largely to do all of this, and of course, we have been quite successful, within this space with how we have leveraged technology to drive this engagement with customers. I'm also pretty vested in SMEs. I am passionate about them, and outside of work, they are a focus for me because I kind of find out that I'm very encouraged when I see them succeed. And so, also in line with that, I facilitate at Fake Foundation. I'm also one of the mentors there to SME organizations, and I engage with SMEs largely on a one-to-one basis by way of consulting. So my life outside of all of that also too is family oriented. I'm a very focused family person with two lovely sons and my lovely wife, and I'm interested. Most times you will catch me either studying something topical or something that has to do with business or people, as the case may be. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Um, I didn't want to
Thank you.
use what I had written out. You could check that out on LinkedIn if you have some more questions and want to know more about me.
I think you've done justice to intro. Anything more than this would be like showing off. So it's okay. I I I think it's fine. I think it's fine. So for those listening, this is Edmond Idokoko, and he will be telling us the new reality. So let's dive in quickly. So my first question today, I'm asking, what do you
Yeah,
think the impact of COVID-19, which has been the most talked after word on Google, online, internet in the past, let's say 3, 4, 5 months. If you go online and just put the word corona, before you finish, it brings the word up. If you say
it
COVID
brings the word
19,
out for everybody.
before it brings it, even on any social media, it completes it for you. That's to tell you how many times that word has been used. But that's not where we're looking at today. What we want to look at is to see what impact this has created on small businesses, especially, which is like our focus for the show.
Okay, so thank you so much for that question. The truth actually is that it goes without saying the impact of COVID-19 has been adverse in most cases, and of course, across most industries, SMEs are affected the most. And we have seen that it has affected them in a very significant way. I dare say that it's possibly above 90% of the SMEs that have been affected by the COVID situation, whether we look at it from a point of view of survival, from a point of view of cash flow, from a point of view of operations, jobs, of course, their employees, from a point of view of productivity, from a point of view of actually surviving as a business. They have all been adversely affected. Actually, Fate Foundation and Budget have done a very unique survey in that regard. If you want to, if you have the time, you can actually check on Fate Foundation's site and download that research and see the feedback coming from SMEs and how it has affected them adversely. Most SMEs are at the verge of either dying or or moving on as a business. So it is very, very clear that the impact has been negative. The impact has been adverse on quite a lot of them. And then, of course, looking within the emerging market where we play in, we also see that not only has this impact been adverse and negative, the economic conditions have not even helped largely because, the average SME is typically on their own, so to speak, and they have to keep their business end to end, run the business out of their pockets, run the business by themselves, bear the entire cost. And of course, this has not painted a very good picture. Be that as it may, the truth is also too, while we know that the negative impact is not peculiar to us as a country, and like you said, it's global, the thinking or the question should be, what should I be doing to navigate through this period or to survive or to thrive as an SME?
Brilliant. One other reason I tell people why I'm also very passionate about SMEs, because I strongly
Yeah,
believe that for Nigerian economy to survive, you need to
yes,
help SMEs grow. They are the highest employers of labor. If we have a
right.
million SMEs employing between 5 to 20 people, that means they take up 20 million people off the streets. That's awesome. So if for instance we do not do stuff right to help these SMEs at this period, like during this period
Mm,
now, and they all die, so you can
all right.
imagine the kind of impact it's going to have on the economy,
On the
job
economy. That's right.
losses, on families,
That's
on
right.
school fees, on feeding, on transportation. It's going to be a terrible 360-degree impact, and everyone is going to get hit, because
Right.
somehow you also need the SMEs to buy from you and all that. So it's really important that we try and find ways to make sure that no matter what they go through this period, they have to survive. So their
That's right.
survival is our survival, which, as I said, is going to affect the economy in terms of
Economy
funds and
generally.
in terms of
Right.
impact. To my next question, how SMEs should be thinking, this period. So I said something before I invited you in, which is key. And the main slogan for this period is innovate or die. It's
And
not,
die.
I'm not trying to wish you evil or saying that you will die, but the truth is, it's either you're very innovative or very creative, change the
Right.
game with your thinking or you die. So that brings me to my next question for you. How should SMEs begin to think?
To think. Okay, so that's a very important one because, like I said, we unanimously agree that entrepreneurs have all been affected. Hence, the battle to survive or to thrive. Innovate or Die, like you also mentioned, is actually a book, and it kind of summarizes the whole message. Now, I have, for the sake of this conversation, crystallized my thoughts into about 6 steps, and I'm just going to run through them quickly about how SMEs should be thinking. And I'll start with the first one. The first one is don't panic. Now, everybody has gotten into a frenzy as a result of the COVID situation. And the idea is because there are too many uncertainties that are facing the average SME or the average entrepreneur in his business. Now, what panicking does is that it paralyzes your ability to think. So, instruction one or point one, don't panic. All right. And then, of course, that takes me to point two, which is to review and evaluate. Every business, whether it be large, medium, or small, or micro, is going back to the drawing board. And the essence of doing this is to evaluate their business from different points of view, evaluate how and where it has been affected by the COVID situation, the pandemic, evaluate how it has affected their customer base, evaluate the changes it has brought to the table, evaluate the new developments that have come as a result of the situation. Everybody has to go back to the table to evaluate. Everybody has to go back to the drawing board to look at this. And I dare say also, too, for those who are listening, that remember your business is more than what you sell. It's more than your goods and your services. It is actually the value you bring to the table. So whatever you do as a business, it's not just the products and services that you sell. It's the value you bring to the table, which is what in marketing we call the value proposition. What is the value you're proposing to anybody who engages with you? And that is the same value anybody who engages ought to experience every single time they do that. So your business is the value you bring to the table, not just your goods and services. Now you're evaluating in the light of all of that. And so, for example, if I were to drive that home further, a tailor today is in the business of beautifying people with fabrics. That's a better way to put it. You're not just a tailor. That's what differentiates you from the guy who's probably carrying the machine on his shoulders and going around the area. You are, in the way you have couched your business, it's in the value that you bring. So when you tell somebody I beautify people with fabrics, they want to know a little more. If you tell people I'm a tailor, people just assume they understand what you already do, and that's how we need to begin to see our business. And of course, obviously, if you look at other segments like event planners, who we think have been very affected, travel agencies that have been adversely affected, what kind of business are they into? They're into the business of creating memorable experiences. Now, if you see your business in the light of the value that you bring to the table, then you will be able to innovate because you see, one, you create memorable experiences through one means. All right. So moving on to the next point also too, you now need to redefine your business. How do we mean when we say redefine your business? We need you to redefine your business in the light of the value that you bring to the table, the value I just talked about. We need you to redefine your business by finding out what the new requirements what new requirements COVID has brought to the table, about your audience that you currently address. What new needs have emanated from the post-COVID pandemic within your landscape and the segment that you reach? What are the new problems that have developed out of this whole situation with your customers? What new audiences would you be able to, address with your current services and your products? What extensions can you add to your business that will distinguish you from others? I dare say quickly also too, for example, I would not mention names. There is a current business that we all know in Lagos. It's a mall. They have added delivery services to their business. Why did they do this? Because people can't come into their premises anymore to buy as they would in the past. So what they do now is place your orders online and we will bring it to wherever you are. Now, that is an extension to their current model, and that will ensure that businesses survive within the period, and post the period, if they still need to keep that, then they keep that, working. Now, you need to redefine your business as an SME in the light of all of the questions that I have asked. Following that, you need to seek information and knowledge like never before. There are a lot of new things happening globally, locally, regionally, and you cannot be left or caught napping without the right level of information. What information should you be seeking about? Information about your customers, the problems that are currently being solved and how you want to solve them, approaches to solving these problems that can be integrated into your current business models, information about tools, which is where we're going to end also too. Manpower, technology, information about how your customers are making purchase decisions today in the light of the post-pandemic period, how and where they are getting the information that they are leveraging to make the decisions that they are making. What technologies are available to help you put your business in that position so as to get your customers, to still reach you. Those are 4 points. And the fifth point is transforming your business in the light of the information that you have acquired. And that's where the SME needs to act. It's not enough not to panic. It's not enough to review and evaluate. It's not enough to see. It's not enough to review and evaluate. It's not enough to redefine your business. It's not enough to seek information that you don't have. You have to transform your business. And looking at transformation, there are 4 key perspectives that we can look at it from as an organization. One is how you engage your customers today. Now, we know that the pandemic period put forward a new landscape completely within the business space, because if nobody could walk into your premises as an organization, and that's how you got customers, and then everybody was locked down for 9 weeks at least, and of course are still partially locked down today, then your business goes comatose. Now, so if your business today has not transcended beyond the customers that walk into your premises, then you have a challenge. So the average entrepreneur should be thinking about his market as the entire globe. So the entire globe is your available market. The market that you currently engage with are those that you have chosen to address. So there's the available market and there's the addressed market, or the addressable market. So your available market is the entire globe. And how can you connect with those customers that are not those who walk into your premises today? By having a presence online. You might have a website, you might choose to have a social page, but you cannot but be online, so that the people that you reach are beyond those who just walk into your premises. How do you engage your customers today? For those who have a website, for the sake of taking this a little further, everybody who gets on your page today, on your website today, on your social page today is a prospect for you as an SME. Why do we say so? Because if anybody walked into your premises today, they obviously are also a prospect. So if anybody gets on your internet page, your website page today, they are a prospect. What do you do with them? How do you engage with them? Do you just allow them do you have analytics on your website that helps you tell who comes to your website? Can you tell how many minutes they spend on your website? Can you tell how many pages they looked at? What did they check? That also would help you to make informed decisions as an SME about your website. How do you engage with them on your website? Do you have a chat bot system where somebody checks 1, 2, 3 things, and then there's a pop-up question to ask how you may assist? Today, SMEs have websites for some of them, but most of them are not optimizing the value that they get out of those websites to ensure that those websites are actually delivering value. How you connect with your customers is very crucial as an SME going forward, because research has it today that the average customer who is checking is about 50% into their decision. Now, if they come on your platform, on your page, and they're already 50% way into making their decision, how do you help them convert that decision process from 50% to 100% and become the choice entrepreneur that they buy from? How do you do that today? Another perspective to look at transforming your business from is how you empower your employees. For those who have 1 to 5 employees or 10 employees or a lot more than that, how today are they doing your business? If the only way that they have done your business in the past was to come into the office and sit there and engage with you, then your business will go into comatose. Now they have to be able to do your business effectively from wherever they are, and you have to be able to tell that the business is being done by the way feedback is coming to you as an organization. There is technology available to do that. I mean, I engaged with one of the courier companies a few days ago, who we all know, and for the purpose of the conversation, I would not mention. And they have leveraged technology such that when they deliver your parcel to you, all they need to do is take a picture of the parcel, and of course, by technology, they would give that same smartphone to you and ask you to sign just with your finger on their platform, and that parcel has been delivered, and they walk away, and that is all settled. There's evidence of your signature, which you just inscribed with your palm on their
Picture.
smartphone a picture of the parcel that they delivered with the address on it, and they're done. These are all ways that technology is being leveraged to help organizations transform and how you engage, how you empower your employees. There is another pillar to it. How do you optimize your operations? Now, for most SMEs, your operations are what costs a whole lot in how you do your business today. Now, how can you optimize your operations? Have you looked at end to end the value chain that you service? Where it takes the most cost from you? How are those processes being delivered today? Can they be optimized? Today, as we speak, there are quite a number of organizations that have leveraged technology, and because they have a multiple branch network in how they do their business, documents can be shared on platforms where each person who has to work on that document can access that document from a central location, provide their feedback, provide their edits, also sign off on those documents, and whoever else needs to work on it can work on it. Those documents don't have to be transferred physically from one location to another, because the COVID situation has also stopped that from happening. How do you share files? How do you share information? All of this has to work better post the COVID. How do you collaborate? For those who do not have any technology, for example, the education space was badly hit by this. And many of the organizations and schools that do not have any technology today are in comatose. Now they are beginning to scramble for how they can connect with their students at home and still educate them, because the COVID thing happened in the middle, right in the middle of a term. Some schools have not come back to school for the last 9, 10 weeks. And I dare say that September will determine whether they are still open as schools or not, because any parent whose child has not been taught for months will look for alternatives going forward. So how are you thinking of your business? How are you thinking about transforming? How are you thinking about the way you engage with your customers, the way you empower your employees to do your business, the way you optimize your operations? And then the last pillar to it is, how are you thinking today about how you're going to transform your products? How are you transforming your products and your services as an organization? I know a very well-known hotel today who, yes, people coming for buffet before the pandemic to their premises. But during the pandemic, that could not happen anymore. You know, what they did, Linda, was interesting. They turned their business, their buffet business, into a courier service. So all you need to do is go on our website, order your buffet, and they will bring it to your house. That's innovative. That extends their model. Now, we also need to look at our businesses as entrepreneurs and see how we can transform the products and services that we deliver today to our customers. If the customers cannot come to you, can you bring what you do to the customers? Because that's how they will buy. Because the whole model and the value chain has been altered. So you have to alter your own processes also. You have to alter the services that you provide to be able to deliver the value that you promised. And once that is established, I dare say that the first person to do it becomes the market leader, and every other person follows you behind. So if you have thought about that critically and you're already doing that, everybody is going to just queue up behind you and leverage off the successes that you're delivering. Those are 4 points and perspectives through which SMEs should be looking at digitally transforming their organizations today. And technologies are available to help you and empower you as an organization deliver all of this value to your customers today. I'll stop here for the sake of other questions that you might have, but of course, there is so much more that organizations can actually do. And I, of course, will be interested in sharing, some content afterwards if you want people to download all of that information to be able to access more information as to how they can transform their organizations.
I'm having a good time, Edmond. I knew it was going to be exciting, and I told people, but you are overkilling it, even beyond my expectations. Trust me. So you've said something. There was something I read on LinkedIn today, and how the guy was saying before you have to use your head to calculate and add, which was really funny, because if you had managed small business with your parents, you find out how they teach you to calculate and not make a mistake. And you don't even know how you learn those things, but instinct teaches you those things. So you calculate 10 naira plus 15 naira plus 20 naira, and you don't make mistakes. Say, madam, your money is 1,000. But now with technology, with phones, your phone is like everything. You can do that calculation, and system just gives you the answer. That's one. So a few days ago, I always share this example, and it's been amazing for me. I'm just impressed and I'm happy that small businesses are taking up the challenge and standing up to things. So I wanted to order cake on Instagram, and this comes to technology, which will bring me to my next question. So I went there, searched for cake people. I got one which was extremely very receptive and fast. So I immediately clicked on the number. The number took me straight to WhatsApp. I got a message immediately saying, "Hi, welcome to cake business. What would you need? What would you like?" It was fast. I'm telling you, of less than a minute. Immediately I got a message and I said, "Oh, hi, I would like to order a cake for my friend. I need chocolate or red velvet." She said, "Okay, you know what? I'll send you the menu." In another minute, she sent me the full menu, and the menu was well done, very creative, beautiful. She showed me samples of the cake, showed me the prices. Do you want to mix and match? Do you want? I was like, wow, this is amazing. Immediately, I sent a message again. I said, "So I want chocolate and red velvet and salted caramel. I didn't see option for 3. Is it possible?" She says, "Yes, why not? We can put the 3 toppings at the same price for 2." I said, "Brilliant, I love this." I clicked yes. I said, "Okay, so how do I pay?" She says, "Oh, send me your email address." Immediately, all this thing I'm telling you happened in less than 5 minutes. Immediately, I put in my email address. My phone just put it up completely. I sent it. Immediately, she says, "You're going to get an invoice from us. The account details are there. Once you pay, send us a message." Immediately, before I would leave WhatsApp to my Yahoo, I got an invoice telling me the price, telling me the account number. Boom. I said, wow, this is brilliant and amazing. I paid. Immediately I paid, I got another receipt saying, "Hey, hi Linda, thank you so much for doing business with us. This is your receipt as proof of payment. You have paid and your cake will be ready on so date. If you want delivery, it costs extra. We'll tell you about that. If not, you come and pick it at 9:30 in the morning."
So from what you just explained, right, the truth is, what has stayed with you is the experience.
Amazing experience. I cannot get
amazing experience.
I
Not the
so
cake itself, the experience. Yes,
not
the experience is what has stayed with you, and which is critical for SMEs.
So the reality is, what advice do you have? Do you have some special technology or software that can practically help SMEs give people this kind of amazing feeling that I have with service, and not calling somebody for 30 minutes saying, "I want caramel this." "Hello, ma, I cannot hear you." She wiped that out of the system, and it was brilliant.
So interestingly, there are several technologies that SMEs can leverage, but the important point is this, which is something that I think that every SME has to figure out first, is the concept of the customer journey. Most SMEs do not have that concept clearly figured out in their minds. And that's why most experiences with SMEs lead to broken customer journeys, and of course a distaste in the mouths, of customers and prospects. Now, you just explained completely end to end from when you connected at the beginning point with that business to when you got serviced by that business, and it was within a space of minutes. Now, how those things happened had been planned, and that's why they were happening back to back within a space of 1 minute, Now, the average SME today has to look at, where are my points of connection? I could have multiple points of connection. I could have people who walk into my business today. Now, for everybody who walks into my business, what is the journey from when they walk into my business to when they make a purchase to when they become my ambassadors? What is the journey I am going to take them through? I have another gateway, which could be my website. For everybody who gets to my website today, what is the journey that I map out for them between when they come on my website till when they make the purchase and when they become my proponents or my ambassadors? I could also have another, another gateway, which is my social pages, whether it's Facebook today, LinkedIn, whether it's any of the pages that you talk about, or my handles, as the case may be. What is the journey that I map out for them from when they connect with me via my social pages to when they buy and when they become my proponents? If those journeys are not clearly mapped out today, then what would happen is that you would have broken experiences, displeased customers, and of course you might not have repeat purchases, and you probably might even create disgruntled, customers. Now let's take one of them today, and for the purpose of the COVID-19 period, let's take somebody who visits my social page, which is most likely what most people do today, because a lot of people are consuming content because they're not going anywhere, so they're on their pages, on your website. So for example, today I get on, let's say Linda today is into designing, or let's say she designs customized or bespoke handbags, and there's one lady there who has her graduation coming up probably in November, and she's trying to plan and trying to be proactive. Now she's looking and surfing the internet, and she's on Instagram, and she's seeing some web banner that you put somewhere, or a picture that you put somewhere. Now on that picture, there has to be some call to action. There has to be some message that redirects me from that picture to, or redirects that customer or prospect from that picture to somewhere where they can get some more information. Now, a picture that has nothing calling people to action or redirecting them to somewhere they can get more information is wasted already as an SME. That channel has been wasted. So what should be critical? When you have any image, any information out there, that information should redirect me, the prospect, somewhere else, which is the journey. Now it redirects me to your website. Now on your website, I see 15 or more designs that I could be interested in, that speaks about for different occasions, that speaks about different styles. Now when I get on that page, I'm going to look at all 15. Now bear in mind that I said to you that your page should also have some level of analytics that helps you capture the information of who comes on your page and helps you see, so you could look at targeting and retargeting of those people post time when they come on your website. And what happens is that everything that they've checked, they're able to see afterwards. Or you could even leave with chatbots where you check 1, 2, 3 of those designs, and then there's a pop-up that says, how may we assist you today? Thank you so much for visiting our website. Are you interested in our bags? These bags are coming at a very, very reduced rate for those who buy between now and September. They're beautiful, they are durable. Now that will bring some more interest, because if I know that between now and September there is a promotion going on the bags that are on that website, as a buyer who wants to buy, maybe not instantly, I'm already hooked, because if I buy before the promotion is over, I get a discount. So how do I do that? If you're interested, put your details down and we will reach out to you. As I'm putting my details down, within the next 24 hours, somebody reaches out to me, and not that somebody forgets that I'm there for a whole 2-3 months, and then 3 months down the line, they now check, oh, we saw that you put your details down on my website 3 months ago. 24 hours, somebody has called you. Thank you so much, or sent you an SMS. Thank you so much for visiting our website. We noticed that you spent an ample time on our website. We're really so excited that you could check our website and see our products. We'd like to know what you're really interested in. These are the products that we have. If there's something different that you require, we could do something a bit more customized for you, but we'll need a few weeks to make that available. If you let us know today, how can we help you some more? Now, you're going to respond to those people. Now there is a personalized experience, and whatever you need, you're going to begin to engage, and somebody on your, you can sort that out. And of course, like you rightly pointed out with the cake scenario, somebody can attend to you personally, tell you how to pay. So if today your website doesn't have a payment engine on it, at least there is a way that people can transfer funds to you. That has to be mapped out into your journey. Funds get to you, you ensure that you deliver faster than that person expects. Because at the end of the day, that person is going to live with that experience. And tomorrow, if they have to make a decision or speak on your behalf, what they're going to do is say to any prospect, I had a wonderful experience on this page. I think I would advise that you go there. And what SMEs don't also do today in the whole customer journey space, which I think that they should start doing, is anybody who buys from you, approach them politely and say to them, can you comment on how your experience was on our page? Or if they comment offline, via mail or something, ask them for permission if you can put their comments on your page. What SMEs should understand is that a whole lot of people do not like to be guinea pigs. So if I come on your page and I see about 15 people have commented about their experiences, what I assume is that I am the 16th person, and so I am not the one who's going to be used as an example. It means 15 people have had good experiences, and so I can piggyback on those experiences and assume that the experience I'm going to get will be good and will be true. And if that happens, then I become a 16th ambassador and an advocate for your business. So the concept of the customer journey is so critical for any SME today, and you do not want to create broken experiences. We have, as Microsoft, we have a lot of solutions that would help you as an organization today, not just understand all of this or be able to extract insights from how people navigated from when they first came in touch with your digital banners or with any of your gateways to how they became your buyers and how they can become your proponents. And all of those technologies are available today to support the average SME. If they can, if you're interested, you can reach out through Linda to us, offline. But there are technologies that can help you. But first, you have to have thought through on what the customer journey should be for the average visitor on any of your gateways.
You've been amazing. So, you gave the example of, feedbacks and comments. So,
Right.
you know how when you go into a restaurant, if you get in there and there's nobody inside,
Right.
you just shake your head and say, I'm not sure this food will be sweet too. How can a full restaurant like this be empty?
Be empty.
So sometimes
Absolutely.
restaurants pay people to just sit down inside to make it look full. It's psychological that for people to be sitting down here and plenty
It
people
means
are
there's
walking
something
and out
happening
of the
here.
door. Something's happening here. This food must be nice, and it works. It works a lot.
Right.
So if I come in and people are commenting, I am at peace a bit that this cake will be nice. Don't mind me. I always use the example of cake and food because I'm always shopping online. I like food. So, but if I get there and there's not even your family members have said this cake is nice. As you said, I'm not sure I want to be the scapegoat after paying how much for cake now that they say the flour and sugar is expensive, and then it comes out it's a disaster, and you're not telling me sorry, ma, next time. We're not going to hear next time here. It's either you give me my money back or give me the cake I'm seeing in the picture that you said you're going to deliver. Anyway, but that's just in the light side. But it's true that SMEs should actually have people give feedbacks and comments. It helps. It gives the other person.
Yeah. Interestingly, I just thought about, earlier on today in the light of this whole experience that if you were to walk into a supermarket today and on your way out of the supermarket, all right, of course, currently because of the COVID situation, you have security men who are with thermometers that actually check people's temperatures, and then you have a spot where you can get the sanitizers to sanitize your hand before you get into the premises and out. And that's as a result of the COVID situation, and that's taking care of that. Now, in addition to taking care of the health concerns, what if those security men or one or two of your interns or assistants also asked people for just 10, 15 seconds? We hope you had a pleasant experience. Is there anything you wanted to buy that you didn't find in the store? Is there anything that you would have loved to buy that you think was not available? Can you let us know? If you add this experience just for 15, 20 seconds to every buyer who comes into the store, the truth is this: you're going to have people say, oh, wow, that's the first. But the truth also is that now people are going to actually give you feedback. And in that light, what you do with that scenario is two things. One, you make people feel that they're individually welcome into your premises, that you acknowledge that they came to purchase. And of course, you acknowledge that their feelings are important on their way out. And then, of course, if they know that they can give you feedback at the point of exit, then everybody within the store has to be customer centric. And they cannot afford to treat anybody anyhow, because somebody's going to capture that feedback on their exit. So, when cashiers just, insult people or treat people anyhow, that wouldn't happen, because that person is going to tell somebody at the gate that cashier was just rude. And while you try to manage that and do damage control, you're going to have some feedback about that cashier going forward, that there has been several reports about that cashier being rude to customers. That person is not supposed to be customer facing because they're not customer centric. That person is truncating the brand experience. That person is creating broken experiences for us as an organization. Now, it doesn't have to be a supermarket. It could be any organization. Just the fact that in banks today, some of the security, even though we think that, okay, they are looking for tips, tell you thank you for banking with us. When they tell you thank you for banking with us today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the day after the day after tomorrow, and none of them is asking you for anything, at some point you begin to think that they really know what they're talking about. They really mean what they're saying. Thank you for banking with us. And that makes you, feel a little better than you would have felt before. Or somebody to even talk to that, okay, the experience has been poor. I have been standing for so long. Somebody walks up to you, sir, do you have a pen to fill your deposit slip? Unfortunately, you see people waiting there, no pens to fill their deposit slips, nobody talking to them, nobody showing some level of concern. And that creates broken experiences. Broken experiences account for more losses for SMEs today than even the actual advertisements that don't get to drive home the message that we create. So that's just how to think differently out of the box. Thinking innovatively is not rethinking the entire process and creating a process end to end. It's looking at what is existing and tweaking it one way or the other and giving it an edge over what was existing. And then you become innovative.
Extremely amazing. There was a restaurant I went to, I think a few months ago before this COVID in VI, so I can't remember exactly. But the guy kept coming back. Hi, I hope you guys are okay. Is the food okay? Are you enjoying the food? Do you have a complaint? In my mind, I'm like, if I have a complaint, will you change it? Is it not sorry? You still he said, no, please. If you have a complaint, I'm going to take it back inside. I'm going to tell the chef, and I'm going to bring another one. I was like, really? In Nigeria? You pay and you eat and they give you another one? I haven't seen it. He says, no, we're really concerned about the feedback you have.
Yes, right.
And I was touched.
Right.
And sometimes I tell people it's not about the business you do, which you've talked about, broken experience. It's about the attitude. If you have good employees and staff with the right attitude, you will succeed. If you have one bad staff with the bad attitude, I'm not coming back. And the problem is because there's no feedback mechanism, I can't tell you that this staff is the reason why I'm not coming back. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 10, 20. You are out of business. You are out of business if you don't have repeat customers. So
that's right.
Business owners need to just look into their service experience, which you have said. I think this is the most important thing for them to take away today. The experience, and make sure that there is no broken chain in that value chain. Once you can get it right, you will create the experience that is like the wow experience for many customers, and they will just keep on telling people about your business, and that's how you remain in business. Someone is asking a question. She says, please, how can you generate engagement with your clients?
Okay. So that question is a bit incomplete in the sense that we would like to know some more as to what platforms do you have today as gates, the kind of business that you run, how currently do you get customers? Is it through walking? Is it through your website? Is it through your social pages? All of these different gates today are gates to connecting with prospects. So in answering that question, with how you to generate traffic today, there are different ways you can do it. I say to SMEs largely that if there is a problem that is affecting revenue and we cannot solve it, what it means is that it will continually affect revenue and it could lead to a collapse. So if I would spend a little more to get that problem solved so revenue can continue to come in, then that matters. Now, one way to look at it, if you have been able to segment the market that need the value that you bring to the table with your products and services, the next thing you want to do is to find out where those people are. Find out where they are, how they consume information about what you offer. Are there platforms where they gather? By way of asking, do we have them aggregated in any place? Are they all on one platform? Are they on different platforms? How can I connect with the platforms where they are? Do I have presence on that platform? Can they see me where I am with the kind of products and services that I provide? Now, if you can filter through all of that, Next question will be, what I am saying, do they understand it about my business? Because another thing is, you might be saying something, but it's not passing the message across. I want to give you an example. I want to give you an example quickly about one of the eateries that we know today in Lagos, which is why I say for the average SME that your decisions about how you engage with your customers has to be driven by insights. And how do you generate those insights? By doing some more research about the people that you want to reach. Now, this eatery had problems with engaging with customers. There was a decline in the number of customers that came into their premises. What did they do? They went to study who these customers were in the light of that challenge. And one of the things that they did was to find out how these customers made their decisions to come into their premises to buy, how they decided on that. And what they discovered was this, that the fathers and the mothers who brought the children into their premises were not the ones who decided on where they went to. It was the children, for the sake of peace, that decided which eateries they went to. And you know what they did? For those of us who are very observant about what goes on in the market, a couple of years back, this particular eatery put inflatable balloons of what you call not scarecrows actually, but clowns in front of their premises. And what happened was that these inflatable balloons were placed strategically in front of all of their premises, and these children were fascinated about those inflatable balloons and always wanted to look at those balloons, always wanted to observe them. It made them, laugh. And so whenever parents wanted to eat out, the children determined where they went to because they wanted to see inflatable balloons. And you'll be amazed at how that singular tactic, coupled with the experience that they made the parents have within the premises when they came to purchase food, via the selling services that they gave to people, shut up their patronage. Children wanted to see the inflatable balloons. Parents had to bring them there for peace sake, and when the parents came, the experience was beautiful. The meals were great. How they were attended to by the staff was amazing. And at the end of the day, both parents and children left satisfied, and so they came back every single time for as long as those inflatable balloons were in front of the premises. Now, would you have thought about that, off the fly? Definitely not. Would you have thought that it was the children who determined where parents went to? You would have thought about that. That's an insight that led to, the success of that campaign. So SMEs have to begin to think a little further than what they currently think today about their audience, how to engage them, where to find them, how they consume information, who else is talking to them, how they make their buying decision, how you can differentiate, how you talk to them, how you can connect. I'll give you another example before we take the next question. I know time is of the essence here. I watched a video recently about...
Edmond. We're rounding up.
Okay, I watched a video recently about a lady who was talking to salespeople, and she said to the salespeople that it's so vital that you connect emotively with the customers that you reach and the segments. And she said that her husband and herself went to a car dealer shop.
That video was amazing.
That video was amazing. And they went to the car dealer shop. I'm glad you've watched that video. They went to the car dealer shop, and before they went, the husband said to her, you know what? We're not buying anything. So take that out of your mind completely. And of course, the woman went to that idea. And when they got to the car dealer shop, the sales rep that engaged with them, the first thing he said, because it was based on appointment, had done some research about them, and of course knew that the husband was involved in some CSR work and had done some phenomenal work in some aspects previously. And so when when they came to the premises, the guy engaged the man and first of all thanked the man for the phenomenal work he had done with regards to helping certain kind of children who had an issue, because he said that he had an autistic child. And of course, because he appealed to that part of the man's heart. And then they went on having conversations. The next thing, and after they were done with the conversations, he was checking cars, and he said he had found the car they were going to buy. This was somebody who decided before they came that they were not going to pitch, they were not going to buy anything, but somebody connected with him from an emotive point of view, and that defected all of the decisions that he had made prior to when he got there. So we ask our average SME today, how are you connecting with your customers? Is there something emotional, or is just simply functional about the features of your products or your services? Are you connecting? The only way you can connect with your customers emotively is by knowing something additional about what they do, and knowing something additional about what's making them purchase today from you and from me. So the average SME has no choice but to transform as an organization and do things differently, leveraging the available technology. And let me just throw this, in lastly, the fact that COVID has brought so many challenges to SMEs. If you do your research online, so many technology companies today are offering their softwares with certain, certain support. For example, Microsoft today is offering, its software that has to help with collaboration, that has to help with remote desktop services for 6 months for free to organizations. If you don't know, you can't leverage of that value that is being brought to the table. So do your research and find out how you can leverage all of these solutions and these technologies for free for 6 months before you begin to make payments for them. Now, within those 6 months, you would have actually survived and waded through the difficulties of the COVID pandemic. And many of us technology companies also are doing something to support SMEs today. If you don't know, you cannot benefit from it. So the onus is on you to go out there, find that information, and leverage technologies that you need to survive.
Edmond, I don't know how to thank you enough for today. You have
Thank you so much
been
for having me.
extremely amazing. And, I tell people every day I'm learning. I'm learning. I saw that video and I shared it with my friends and my group. You need to really think deep to understand that video. Like, that video was amazing. I tell people you need to do business with customers as your friends. If you treat them anyhow and you don't care, they ain't going to come back. But if I know that this person is my friend, I'm going to keep coming back. And that's what so you need to really find out about these customers. Who are they? Where are they? What do they do? What do they like? How are they? So, if someone is calling you, you can easily just check up his DP to see what kind of stuff is there. Is he a football lover? You can first of all just talk about football, even if you don't know anything, find something. Then if he likes you doing CSR, you can say, oh, I supported. Once you can build a connection, that business is settled. He must buy.
It's most likely going to happen. That's right.
99% he's going to buy. And guess what? Even if he doesn't buy, he's going to find people that will buy. So I tell people sometimes it's not really about me buying. Can you impress me so much that I will tell everyone around me that either they buy from you or nothing? That is what business is going to be about. It's going to change from just the normal norm of what we have been doing to the new realities. Can people come to your site and someone is sending them a message telling them, oh, we see, what exactly would you want? Can they get a mail saying thank you, we look forward to you coming back again? Do you send them mails telling them we have new stocks coming next month? If you do want to buy and pay gently, do you offer them something that they cannot get anywhere else? Only those kind of businesses are going to survive, and that's going to be the new reality we're talking about here. And you cannot really do those things without technology. So we're talking about the chat box, which is really making waves, so people can check when people come to their site what they're looking at and how. And then people are actually always wondering, how come I start seeing ads about something that I went to check? They are retargeting you. They know you want to see something about travel. They start giving you adverts on all the airlines, all the nice places to go to. I'm wondering, what is happening? Everywhere I turn my head and my face to, I'm seeing stuff around. They follow you. The same thing that SME needs to find technology to follow their customers everywhere. So make sure you are in their face from morning to night until they buy. The key thing is we want them to buy.
To
And
buy.
whatever we have to do well to leverage on technology to make them to buy our product is really key. For
right.
those of us that have extra questions, we can always send questions to @businessday.ng and we'll answer them. Or you can follow Edmond Idokoko at Eddie Idok. So that's at
Eddie
EDDY
Ducks. Yes.
Docs,
DOKS.
DOKS. If you want
Yes.
to ask him any question directly, I really don't even have enough time to have a recap, but I'll just say in 1 minute, one key thing that I want to leave them with is
Right.
make sure that your customers do not have any broken
Experiences.
Check through the value chain totally. Make sure
Right.
at every point or every bolt is tightened, from entry
right.
to purchase to display in the store to their paying. The cashier, she's smiling and telling them, hope you got everything you want. I hope you're keeping safe. Just that engagement, instead of acting like we're talking to a robot and she's just like, your money is 10,000, POS is not working, pay cash, you know.
That's right.
Let there be some emotions to, oh, your daughter, she's crying. Why is she crying? Look at the person you are attending to, what she's holding. She wearing a nice dress. You can tell her, oh, this dress is nice. Oh, just leave a comment. And as you
That's
said,
right.
if stores or SMEs can just ask simple question at the end, how was this service? Are you happy? Will you come back again? Sometimes if you ask people that question, you'll be shocked at the kind of feedback they'll give you. Like they've been waiting for you to ask them since, and you haven't asked. You people, I'm just coming here. You'll be shocked. Like, I thought we were doing something good, but you never asked for feedback.
That's
So
right.
SMEs should not be scared in asking people, what do you think? How do you feel?
Right.
And what can we do to be better? I think those 3 key questions are going to either keep you in business or you die out of business. Don't forget, the main thing for us is the advice that you have to innovate or die. And I know you don't want to die, so you have to innovate. Take up technology. Microsoft is offering free, as you said, for 6 months. Try something else. Just do whatever it takes to stay in business. And which is why we bring you this this series every Friday, just to make sure bring people who can advise you, people who have gone through the same challenge, and people who can tell you what you need to do to start. The idea is, let's have more SME companies in business doing well, helping the economy, and Nigeria will be a better place. That's the whole goal for us. Let's propagate hope. So as usual, I want to thank all our sponsors again. Support for SMEs, Dutchman at Business Day, and of course our lovely hosts for giving us your 1 hour time today. Like, we can't pay
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
We hope we'll have you again. You can actually send us this content, and we are going to actually transcribe. But if you have other points and write up the articles that you want, please send them to us. We'll definitely post them on business so people can read and learn. Until I come your way again next week, Friday, as usual. My name is Linda. Thank you for tuning in to the SME African Story. Have a very nice weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Edmond.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.